Hello and welcome back to another episode of Town of Salem. Our name is Ashkan and we are the Doctor. This is a pretty run-of-the-mill game, but it's one where we don't see Jailor Meta used, and it's a little bit tricky what to do when you get yourself in one of these situations where where the Jailer is choosing not to play Jailor Meta. No one asked for TPLO, so even though Doctor is really not the role that should be asking for TPLO, I do ask for TPLO to be on me, and then we start looking over everything that was said day one to try and get an idea of what is going on. Abigail claims Jester, which seems strange to claim. Trash Panda is emphasizing that people should behave in a way that can confirm mediums, which seems a little bit weird. Probably he's a medium. I don't see this said very often. It is not that great of a plan what he's suggesting, but I can get to that a bit. And we just kind of pick somebody at random here that we think might get attacked and start preparing our will. I end up putting myself down as TP, and basically just puzzle over what is being said. We said something day one, but basically just so that people wouldn't visit us, hopefully. That's really the only reason that we did it. Yeah, I don't see why else. No TPLO request besides me. Trash Panda does, in fact, turn out to be medium. And now we're hoping that TIs have something to say because we don't have much going on. I'm Town Protect. Territory comes out as a Jailer and says that he was witched, so we know that this is a Jailer game. Also, it helps that Dorothy Good now says that Edward is suspicious because it means that this guy is not executioner if the Jailer was witched. So we're probably just going to get Edward Bishop here. Guy is looking pretty bad. Someone asks Eld Fen to claim, and if you've seen other episodes, you probably know Eld Fen is a fairly poor player, really honestly seems to be throwing a lot of games, and here an investigator, Corwin, has found Eld Fen to be lookout, forger, or witch. So Eld Fen hasn't whispered me a will, Eld Fen hasn't said anything. Finally he says lookout, but yeah, you need to post a will at this point, buddy, and it better be a good one. You certainly better have gone on me, the TPLO request, otherwise you are probably witch. He was not on me, he was on Lemon Tart, just some random player. This wasn't on the TPLO request, so we are going to guilty this, and anybody who innos is going to be automatically suspicious because we know this is a witch game. There's no reason to inno. Jailer themselves is saying that they were witched. So we need to get this guy, right? This guy is claiming lookout. Investigator found him lookout, forger, witch. He's been slow to post, slow to do anything. He's not on the right player. All sorts of stuff is wrong with this guy, which is kind of consistent with Eld Fen. You might see him in some other episodes, but yeah. As it turns out, this guy is actually lookout, and he's actually just really terrible at the game. He calls us idiots, but he died because he didn't claim when someone called him out. He didn't post a will after an investigator said that he was lookout. It really looked like he was just typing up his will at the same time as he was trying to defend himself, and he wasn't on the correct person. So for all these reasons, he dead, and this is a good reason why you should always be on the TPLO request. We could have confirmed a lot of towns if this guy had just been paying attention. He says nobody asked for TPLO, but I did. I certainly did. So we know who Jailer is now, and we're going to be on him. Unfortunately, it is a witch game, so we know that Edward Bishop is guilty at this point, unless he was framed. We don't have a spy to confirm that, but we're pretty sure Edward Bishop is evil at this point. I'm going to put a lookout, confirmed lookout up here, even though he could be disguiser, I suppose, but that would be pretty odd if that were the turn of events. So Edward Bishop, very likely evil. It's a witch game, and we are going to be on the Jailer here. They aren't attacked. That's good to see. What happens? Turns out that Jailer finds the witch, which is fantastic. And they execute them. Again, Eld Fen, you really got to play this game a little bit better, buddy. He's constantly doing stuff like this, refusing to claim, not posting wills, being on the wrong people, etc., etc., etc. Fortunately, Jailer sees through this Vigi claim from the witch and gets them out of here. That's good for us. And now Ed Bishop is going to go up because he's pretty obviously evil. Now, two people innoed that lookout claim, that really weak lookout claim. One of them was Jonathan Corwin, and the other one was James Russell. And both of them look pretty suspicious to me because I see no reason why anybody should have innoed that lookout claim. So I kind of have them in my will now at this point as suspicious. These are people who innoed for no good reason. Russell is now trying to push on me. Russell also hasn't claimed. So I'm just saying that one needs to claim here. I don't know why one is not claiming. He claimed Jester at the start of the day. I mean, he's clearly not Jester. We should probably be pushing on one and just getting rolls from 1, 2, 4, 5, etc. We already have rolls from 2 and 4. But we put up Ed Bishop. Ed Bishop, obviously, pretty evil. Dorothy Good found him suspicious. Dorothy Good can't be executioner. It's really unlucky of him if he got framed. I don't even think he's claimed anything at this point. So this guy getting guiltied 100%. No reason not to guilty him. We know it's a witch game. And this guy hasn't claimed anything. We do have 2 TICCs. Someone was mentioning that there was 1 TICC, but we already had 2. We had Corwin and Norseman who both claimed investigator. I'm telling Jailor right now because he says that he has 3 TP claims. I don't want to get jailed and then give a TP claim to him and get executed. So I whisper my claim to the Jailor right away. I didn't have a chance to CC earlier because these people weren't in public on him. At this point, territory says all TP on me, which seems kind of risky. I mean, this is going to be one of these situations where we'd like some of the TP to be on each other. Also, I whispered him, and immediately he said 4 TP claims, so I've revealed myself as one of the TP claims. Yeah, no will from this guy. Not much he could do. He was found suspicious night 1. The only reason that he got a pass that day was that Eldfen had no claim, had no will, had garbage, and just played really bad. I'm going to self-heal here. If there's really 4 TP claims, certainly one of them is going to be on territory, right? I think I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a heal here. I don't want to die today. I still want to keep my information, like Corwin being suspicious and Russell being suspicious, in my in the town's collective memory, right? Once you're dead, everything you know is gone, more or less. So we decide to heal ourselves. Does no good. Some bodies drop here. Dorothy Good, dead. She was the confirmed sheriff. And P in me booty. I don't know what this guy claimed, but does look like he's an evil. So wasn't a very strong claim as it turns out. He turns out to be arsonist. That's a good kill. Not sure why he thinks Jailor is cheating. Probably, good idea to execute the arsonist. But this is confirmed sheriff, which is why they're dead. They find that I am Inno, which is great. Sheriff Will basically confirms me at this point. Because I can't be arsonist. I could be Godfather, I suppose, but I'm certainly not some random mafia. And I've been found out before Godfather died, so I'm not mafioso who's promoted to mafia. Corwin claiming invest. We're going to put this down here. We're going to put sheriff, the confirmed sheriff claim up. We're going to get Bishop out of here because, of course, he's not medium. He's blackmailer. I'm imagining that medium just seanced the Jailor and said, get rid of this guy. Scott Wayland, what do you claim? I say that all non-claimers should claim. That includes Abigail Hobbs, James Russell, a lot of people in this game at this point who have not publicly claimed. I claim that I am Doctor. 11 is really not saying anything, so yeah. 11, if you're not defending yourself in town, you're going to get hung. We're putting him up. I still want to get a roll from 1. I still want to get rolls from people. I still want people to claim. At this point, claiming is a good idea. Blackmailer is dead. Witch is dead. I mean, what are we worried about happening here? But Jailor is really insistent that we give 1 a pass, which is not a good idea, but whatever. C'est la vie. Put Scott Wayland up. This guy is not defending himself in the slightest. Nothing being said, so he is going to be lynched here. and we're just going to be on territory at night. If we keep Jailor alive, we're probably just going to win this game because it's really hard to lose from this position. We're almost certainly lynching an evil here. There are 3 evils dead already. We have a lot of claim space taken. There really isn't anybody fighting over... There are like a couple more people fighting over TI, random town TIs. Some people fighting over TP roles. This is one of the ones that we're getting rid of. But the investigators should be finding people at this point and figuring out what their roles are and matching them up to the claims and getting confirmed town. Basically, every night that we continue, our TIs should be confirming 2 more people, more or less. I say that we shouldn't be giving anybody passes, right? No one should just be not claiming just because the jailer says so. There's no real, like, what are we doing here? Russell says that 1 is probably mayor. Fine. But we have a TS dead already, right? Like, we have... This would mean that he would fill a random town slot. And knowing that that random town slot is filled is really important, right? We would have another person here in our random town slot if that were the case. I've accidentally deleted Norseman, I think, here. So now I'm actually a little bit confused as to what he is. We'll put him down as mayor, question mark, just to put him down there. Jailor's giving him a pass, so I guess we'll give him something of a pass here and put him in our wills as filling a random town slot. But not a lot of claim space left, honestly. If Abigail is town, then a lot of the spots have been taken. My target was attacked. That more or less confirms me, which is great to hear. Sheriff already kind of confirmed me, so this is the biggest deal, right? Sheriff found me Inno, and Godfather died, so I'm not Godfather, I'm not Arsonist, I'm pretty much confirmed Doctor at this point. Lemon Tart visited Abigail Hobbs, claimed Vigi, shot Abigail Hobbs, so turns out that Abigail Hobbs is veteran. I don't really understand this play. I don't understand why you'd say that the veteran shouldn't claim. Just have him claim vet, right? Not that hard. Jailor thought that he jailed the Godfather for a second, or basically the mafioso turned Godfather, but ended up not being the case because territory was attacked. 14 was jailed, so 14 is not mafioso turned Godfather. We asked for 4 to post their will. See what they have. They have Eldfen as Lookout Forger Witch. They have Lemon Tart as Vidvet Moth. They have Danforth as Doc Disguise SK. They have Corwin as Invest Consig Mayor. This would have been good information to have earlier, honestly. 5 hasn't really claimed anything. And because they haven't claimed anything, they're pretty much donezo here. This late into the game, you haven't claimed, you're dead. This guy's now claiming Vigi. This is not one of the 2 TK claims that Jailor had. This guy's getting guiltied almost 100%. We're pretty certain that this guy is mafioso turned Godfather. I much more trust Norseman's claim, and if Norseman's claim is correct, then he confirms Thomas Danforth as TP. I asked Norseman for will because I forget where it was. I wanted to check things again instead of scrolling up, but eventually we find it here. 2 people checked Eldfen, interestingly, on night 1 to find out what he was. Because a lot of people don't like playing with this guy because he doesn't really seem to be trying at all. In any case, we all guilty. Actually, I forget to guilty. I actually abstain. And this guy is pretty evil looking. No claim, no will, no anything. We have 2 investigator claims at this point. It's kind of hard to tell which one to trust. I say the wrong thing here. We shouldn't be jailing Danforth again because if this is Mafia, then that means that Norseman cannot be another Mafia trying to cover for him. He can't be Consig, and instead Norseman is confirming 14 as a TP claim, and therefore Corwin is the one that's correct, right? If we add a TP claim to these random towns, either Norseman or Corwin needs to go out. And it turns out that our initial suspicion that Russell and Corwin for having innoed the lookout that wasn't on the TPLO request, our suspicion that they were evil turns out to be true. Corwin is Consig, now turned mafioso, and he gets executed here, and there's not much more to say. We can actually just skip ahead. I'm reading through things. I see that Danforth is Doc Disguiser serial killer. Not much else to say. Whoops. went a little bit too far there. Yeah. Jailor jails and executes Corwin because they're confirmed evil at this point, because the investigator confirms the doctor, and there we have it. Pretty easy, pretty quick game. The lesson of the story, particularly to this guy, is always be on the TPLO request. There's a TPLO request made for a reason. It's so that lookouts can go on him. We would have confirmed doctor. We would have confirmed, well, the lookout and not hung him. We wouldn't have confirmed much else, as it turns out. But just having 2 people confirmed would have been a lot for us here. And instead, he gets himself lynched because he's not really paying attention at all. All right, that's it for this episode. See you guys next time.